What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, depending. But I slept in this morning. Um, that screenshot yesterday with the 9.3 trillion of ape. I wanna. It breaks into two parts. My thoughts on that. One, it reaffirms everything I said. The fact that this thing was in the levels that nobody could even think about because we were buying, they were selling to us, but they had no shares for the longest time. So this just continued to grow, and it didn't end. So now you find yourself in a situation where, okay, they had to have had, when they created Ape, and the creation of Ape was very much like the surprise reverse split that happened in COSM. It just happened. Literally, people found out like in conversation during my space call, people are like talking like, yeah, there's ape as a dividend. I'm like, dividend? How could a company issue a dividend? Oh, it's free. It's 1 penny. It's whatever. And then all of a sudden, we saw what it was. It wasn't free. But that being said, and you go back before the settlement was approved, and Popcorn was like, he'll be relieved when the settlement comes. The reverse split happens because of liquidity. We're gonna go broke. We're gonna go broke. Now you know the reality. If this stock in its original form was allowed to go forward, how the hell were they going to stop something like this? They would have to actually delist the stock. Listen, if their math is wrong in the next couple of days, they're going to be punished. If their math is correct, they're going to get away like happy criminals. But the one thing I need for everybody to understand, everybody keeps thinking there was one crime happening here. But in reality, there were multiple and different locations all around the place. Brokers were doing it. Obviously, let's just face it, whatever Popcorn said he couldn't talk about, I reported it to Fitty. You ever wonder why we couldn't get off the threshold list? Do you understand if that 9 trillion, let's just say 1 trillion, do you understand it was impossible for those positions to be closed out? So they kept archiving them on the side, like subfolders. This play, in many ways, was the end of Wall Street. Because how could you possibly buy a stock and hold on when you know that this is going to be done? They'll create whatever. Listen, this is how I look at it. It's the easiest way of saying it. Taking those numbers and taking a look at those numbers, could you imagine where we were at the height of AMC? And I think that when they created Ape as a solution for AMC, which is what they did, they created a bigger problem with Ape. That's why this thing had to be done. That's why I never trusted that lawsuit. At the end of the day, what happened with it? Yeah, go right ahead. Look, if their math is wrong, they're going to be punished. If their math is right, they're going to win. So get what you can get, do what you got to do, protect yourself, and that's what's going to be happening going forward.